Hello, everybody. Dana Perlman here and Kathy Jordan. We are focusing in on sovereignty and what is it that we need in order to feel sovereignty in our lives? And what was the other words? Let me just see. We took a little note. Agency, choice. And for me, when I think about that, I think about where am I placing my attention?
Mm.
What are the things that yeah, have my attention. And where is it I have sovereignty? Like where are the moments in my life where I can tap into my own sovereignty? And I would say things like when I'm meditating, when I am fully present with another person, when I'm in nature and paying attention to nature. And where do I not have sovereignty? Where is it where I get kind of, what's the word? Um, Maybe moving towards fear or more towards, not being able to handle uncertainty. And I think about the media or the news cycles or just clickbait on YouTube or something like that, where it's like, I'm not really making a choice for myself, but I could take a step back and make a choice. So I'll pause there and see what Kathy wants to contribute. I'm also going to pull cards from the Wildwood Tarot around what do I need to engage in my sovereignty.
What do I need to engage in my sovereignty? I love that. So I feel like sovereignty, agency, and choice have been my rallying cry for the last month or so. And Jerry and I are together. Jerry's my partner. Um, we live in two different countries for anyone who doesn't know. And we're together now for an extended period of time, which is really beautiful. And every morning we get up and it's like, good morning. And it's like, but is it really? And then that's the invitation, right? To go back to sovereignty and choice and where do I want to focus my attention? Like you said, I really like that because it's easy to get pulled in directions that are not ultimately useful for how I want to engage my day or my life or my partner or my kids or any of that. So that's why, to me, right now, sovereignty is so darn important.
Totally.
And I'm going to be pulling a card from the spellcasting oracle deck.
Okay. What's our question again? I know I spewed a question off, but it's almost like similar to the last one where what is it that's needed to tap into my sovereignty? But I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that good or is there a better question?
Well, I wrote down, how can I support myself in a practice of sovereignty?
Beautiful.
It's what can I draw on to
Hmm.
support myself in a practice of sovereignty?
Hmm.
Okay. What can I draw on to support myself in a practice of sovereignty? Well, this is unexpected. Financial health
Mm.
card.
That makes sense. Wow.
So when
Yeah.
I look at the card, there's a lot of things here. So I think it's a tree with a really interested, twisted trunk. Uh,
Hmm.
green leaves. So it feels like within when we talk about trees, there's the element of the roots, the trunk, and the leaves. And
Hmm.
so part of it is in terms of sovereignty, how rooted am I? I'm going to go back to my own inner wisdom, right? My own inner knowing. So that's good. And when I think financial health, I think actually beyond financial health because I'm thinking about taking stock of what resources we have and what's available to us. And then how do we draw from the roots up through this trunk? Like this is a this the trunk in this tree looks like one of these curvy roads where you're not really sure what's going to go next. And yet when we
Hmm.
think about tree trunks, there's a solidity to them and a foundation to them that's really important. So I think in terms of sovereignty, even though this tree trunk is twisted, and we're not quite sure what maybe is around the corner, we still have strength. And so to focus our attention on the strength, and then the leaves really are the what's the outcome of
Mm.
all of that, or how are we reaching out, or in terms of sovereignty, it might be where do I choose for my branches to go?
Mm, beautiful. I love it. Totally. It also makes me think of just in order to feel sovereignty, to feel resource, like you have all that you need in order to live your best life.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And that to me goes beyond the financial health.
Hmm.
All the
Hmm.
other resources that we can tap into to help keep ourselves strong.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. I pulled the ecstasy card.
Ooh.
I
Isn't
love
that
it.
so interesting?
Totally. I mean, look at her. She's like, her eyes are closed. She's just dancing and, she's having a good time under a starry night
Gosh,
in the middle
yes.
of a pentagram that's lit up.
Yeah.
Um, and she's kind of a glow. I don't know if there's a fire in
Right.
her, but she's glowing as much as the light there. And
Definitely.
so the question is, what was our question? It's really like, what do I need to feel fully supported in my sovereignty? Is that right?
Yeah. And how, what can I draw on to support myself in my,
Yeah. So that just like looking at her, first of all, she's all in her inner wisdom, right? She's got her eyes closed. She's just really, and she's in ecstasy and having a good old time. Um, it's the Five of Vessels. So that's a water card. Um, yeah, there's something about closing your eyes and feeling within in this card.
Yep.
It's okay to feel ecstasy.
Right.
Maybe it's warranted. Maybe it's essential in these times that we're living in that we feel ecstasy and that we take time to actually tap into that every single day.
Well, and I think exercising sovereignty means we give ourselves permission to do that. And the more we give ourselves permission to do that, the more we're able to exercise our sovereignty.
Mm, so
And it
yes.
and it really goes back to what you were saying earlier about attention. Where are we putting our attention? Is it going to be out there, or is it going to be internal? And what's interesting is this card is also not about out there. It's about in here. And
Hmm.
um, so I also like that that tree is actually growing out of a mountaintop. So
And I love these two cards. Like if you look at them, if you blurred
right.
your eyes, it's almost like they look the same. Like she's in the same shape
That's
as the
right.
tree.
Oh my
Whoa,
gosh.
I just got chills.
Yeah.
So I think my takeaway from this is really, when we're living through chaotic, transitioning, uncertainty times, like what are you doing every single day? What am I doing every single day to feel ecstasy, to feel pure joy, and to ensure that that is something that we do? It's required.
Right. And then I think feeling that joy helps us ground, and we're better able to, or root be the word I should use with the tree. And and then we're just better resourced all around.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
So for those of you who are viewing this video, go find your ecstasy. We'll see
Totally.
you next time around.
Bye.